Hey everyone, you're watching Wisdom Shorts. Recently, I watched this Tamil movie called Puttam Pudukale. In that, there was a short story about two old people rediscovering love during lockdown. The way the director depicted their love story was very interesting. When in love, they become young and energetic. Now, I suppose the director wants audience to feel what the characters are feeling when they are in love. The message is age doesn't matter in love. And when you are in love, you are young at heart. We all heard the saying, right? Age is just a number. And is it true? So let's discuss that. There is a famous social experiment on this by a Harvard psychology faculty, Ellen Lancome. So she published a book on the study called Counterclockwise. So in this experiment, Ellen took a group of men who are in their late 70s to a resort and made them stay there for a couple of days. Some of these old men were, really weak. They were using walking sticks to walk, not even comfortable walking. So her objective was to create past in the present. Basically, she recreated a physical environment in the resort similar to how it was in their 30s when they were young. Everything in that controlled environment was recreated to prime them the past. Old newspapers, magazines, radio, black and white TV. They played hit movies of that time, old style of clothing, etc. Popular brands and props which were available 30 years back were kept for everyday usage, from toothpaste to packaged food. And most importantly, they were instructed to behave as if it was 30 years back. So they discussed historical events as if they were current news. And no provisions were made that acknowledged their weakened state. Like, no one carried their bags or helped them to climb stairs. So everyone in the resort treated them as young. And no mirrors anywhere, They even placed photos of their younger self. The results of the study is astonishing. So there was IQ test, physical test, etc. before the experiment, basically to check the baseline. And after 1 week, the experimental group showed huge improvement in physical strength, memory, cognition, perception, sense of hearing and vision, and overall general sense of well-being. Outside observers who were not aware of this study found significant differences in their before and after photos. So all those details of this experiment and other similar experiments were recorded in her book, Counterclockwise. See, we are only as old as we feel. Although aging is generally perceived as a biologically determined process, there are a lot of psychological factors which influence the aging process. There is a mind-body connection. If we perceive ourselves to be younger, healthier, more capable, more vibrant, then our cells, tissues, nervous system, and subconscious mind get that message. And if you're surrounded by people who have certain expectations for you, you tend to meet those expectations, whether it is positive or negative. As we grow older, our physical limitations are largely determined by the way we think about ourselves and what we are capable of. So based on all the studies of aging, I suggest 3 things to stay young at heart. Number 1, stay in touch with your old self. Start with your old friends. I mean your friends in school and college. Through them you can relive your past. See, I'm sure that we all had this experience while interacting with our old friends in WhatsApp groups. You more or less behave with them the same way as it was in your college, right? Your younger self will come out. It's also a good idea to go beyond WhatsApp and hang out with your old friends in real time. Also stay in touch with your old hobbies and passions. Play games or sports which you used to play as a kid, if possible with the same friends. Something which I picked up recently is cycling. I used to cycle like crazy during my teenage. I experience the same freedom and energy when I cycle right now. Number 2, act as if. Have you noticed most of our movie stars, the heroes who are in their late 50s and 60s, they look like 20 to 30 years younger than their real age. It's actually not makeup or camera effects, there can be, but there's a psychological factor too. Now, these heroes who are in their 60s are acting 30-year-old characters. So they act those behavioral traits, and romance actors who are 25 years younger to them. As a result of doing this every day, they age slower than the other folks who are in the same age group. So takeaway for us is act and behave as if you are a couple of years younger than your real age. Now there's a saying, right? Fake it till you make it. See, at the end of the day, your mindset and your thinking about your age matters. I'll give you one more example. So there was this old man who is really weak. Okay, so he was walking slowly on a footpath, bending down and walking as if like he'll fall down anytime. Suddenly, a car on the road, lost control and started moving towards the footpath where the man was walking. Guess what was his reaction? He did an Olympics long jump and escaped. A few minutes back, he was struggling to move an inch, but now he has all the energy to jump and run. You know why? Because in that threatening situation, he forgot that he is old and weak. There is no thinking time. His body just reacted to the outside threat. So what it means is, so we have the potential, we have the energy. So what stops us from unleashing that power is our limited belief and thinking pattern. So act as if you are, young and energetic, and you'll be surprised by your energy and what you can do. Number 3, be in love. I feel as we age old, we move away from love. The movie I was talking about, right, in the beginning, the old guy in the movie, he becomes energetic and he started singing and dancing, when he experienced love and his younger self came out. See, any form of love is good and not necessarily a relationship. It can be anything. It can be a passion, something you love doing, but keep that spark alive. Be in love. So the mantra is love more to live more. So to wrap up, number 1, stay in touch with your older self. Act as if you are a couple of years younger than your real age. The third one, be in love. See, age is a mindset. You are only as old as you think. Our spirit and our soul are eternal and exist outside of time. They acknowledge no limitations. So live life to the fullest. Thank you so much for watching. Stay young and stay happy.